Hey y'all, what's up? Look, so just be mindful on the things that you watch, TV, movies, news, whatever, because anything we see goes into our subconsciousness. Anything we hear goes into our subconsciousness. Anything we speak is from our subconscious. A lot of people are their consciousness is in a state of hell. And it's so crazy because I literally just watched several little TikToks and YouTubes on the topic. And I'm like, it confirms what I'm seeing. You know, this is how I know, God, the universe, whichever you want to call it. You know, some of y'all, super spiritual people that be like the universe, whatever. It's, a higher power, if you will, right? So it's just funny because I had been telling y'all, and it's not just about narcissistic and toxic people, but in general, I could see in the behaviors, well, from the men anyways, and this is just from my perspective as a woman, that a lot of these men they got mom issues, rejection wounds, abandonment issues, neglect issues. And instead of them actually going to seek therapy and counseling for their trauma, or, they just expect someone to come along and fix them. It is not our job to fix other people. Fellas, this goes for y'all. Just flip it. It's not our job to fix someone else. You know what I'm saying? I look at things like this. We are nothing more than mirrors. Empathic people and narcissistic people, if they get into a relationship, or you're in a family relationship, or however this other individual, I'm going to use an example like this. So me being empathic and my mom being a narcissist, right? A narcissist is just somebody who's been through a whole bunch of trauma and all of that, but it's no excuse. They still have a choice, and they made the wrong choice to go down this evil path and to do the evil things that they choose to do. You know what I'm saying? Their hearts are very heavy. This is from a spiritual perspective. And don't mind me, I got on my little lapis lazuli going on. I was doing a little meditation, basically talking, with God or whatever, debating on a specific situation. But anyways, it was just on my mind to sit here and talk about it, because I'm sitting here thinking about it. And I'm like, it's literally playing out right now on a spiritual and energetic level space. People are living in hell consciously. So I'm just going to say it like this. The internet is a portal. It's a portal to your consciousness, because when you get on this here internet, you are visualizing something and you are hearing something. And when you are constantly, and we are repetitive creatures by nature, by habit. So if you are around women, ladies, who are always like, niggas ain't shit, men ain't shit. They just always bashing men. They are unhealed. They are toxic. They are not doing the inner work on their own hearts and their own minds. They're not trying to renew their minds or their hearts to actually attract, to actually get to that frequency and that vibration to attract the man that they desire. Broken people attract other broken people. That saying of you attract what you are, that is bullshit. I'm not a narcissist, but I've attracted narcissists. I grew up with a narcissist. They run in my family, mom and dad's side. That has nothing to do with me. I know my soul. I know my heart. And with me knowing that, they could never make me a narcissist. Okay? My mom used to love telling me, you're nothing like me. God damn right, I'm nothing like you. Thank the heavens, the stars, my angels, the spirit guides, the universe, shit, everything. Shoot, you know? Because one thing about these people, on an energetic space, y'all, if you're into astrology, you know, I love the stars, so I'm into astrology. Right now, we just went through a period where, like, I forgot, something to do with the planet of Venus. So Venus is the planet of love. It's the planet, you know, so a lot of relationships, you know, with, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wives, you know, family members on a loving space is changing, or it has changed. You know, right now, it basically, put it this way. Right now, everyone is being presented with the opportunity to get out of past cycles and patterns and, you know, perpetuating the same thing, and to actually grow, change, and level up. But a lot of people are going to be stuck because they're in that level of hell on earth. And there's a lot of people who are also in the process of, you know, creating their heaven on earth. Heaven and hell is a state of mind. It's not a real place, because if we're going to say that it's a real place, then if Satan is here on earth, what does that make earth? Hell, right? There's no such thing as him, you know, we're going to a lower level and all of this. Like, that's just my opinion. That's my standpoint. If you're a Christian, if you're, you know, religious in any type of way, you don't have to agree. I'm just speaking on it outside of the Bible, outside of freaking religious rules and regulations. I'm speaking on it because everybody is living in a different state of mind. So, prime example, I'm going to give you an example. So, let's say, for example, you just got a new job, right? Pays more, great benefits, bigger office space. You know, you get a company car, company phone. Like, you know, it's so many perks with this job. Like, this is your dream job that you landed, right? And let's say you have someone in your life, family, friend, whoever, and they just lost their job. They're down and out. Their pockets is, you know, full of holes. They're just empty. They're just struggling. Do you really, truly think that they're going to be genuinely happy for you and everything you got going on while they are down and struggling? I'm going to tell you, they're not going to be. They can say it with their mouths. Oh, you know, congratulations and this and that. But is it genuine? You know, I'm going to tell you, 90% of the time, it will not be. They will not be happy. While you're on the phone trying to talk about your accomplishments and your success and how happy you are, I bet you they'll get off the phone. Hey, I got another call, and get off the phone with you, because your success reminds them of their failure. You know, your level up is reminding them of their downgrading. You know, this is where envy and jealousy plays in, y'all. And this is why, even though you have plans, you know, don't sit there and just run your mouth. Just show the results. You know what I'm saying? When you plant seeds, you don't hear seeds loud. You just suddenly see the tree sprouting up out the ground. And next thing you know, it's like a big towering oak tree a few years down the road. But never once did you hear it. You just see the results, right? And that's how people should start moving. I get it that you're excited. You want to share what you got going on. But there are toxic people out here, these narcissists and sociopaths and psychopaths, who their number one goal is to sabotage you, to destroy you. You know, there's two things that can happen. You can inspire someone, or someone can inspire you. Or, you know, they can be, their heart can be envious and jealous. You know, that people with the mindset, because it all starts with your mind. Thoughts are ideas, and it's up to you whether you react on it. There's a study that just came out on, you know, the cells of your heart. The cells of your heart work independently of any other organ, including the brain. I mean, think about it. Imagine if you had to sit there and think, beat, beat, beat. Eventually, when your ass is consciously asleep, literally, we all probably would die briefly because we have to consciously always be aware of telling our heart to beat, right? Or telling our lungs to breathe. There are just certain things that function independently of your brain, like your conscious thoughts. These are involuntary functions. Subconscious. Your subconscious mind runs your heart and your lungs because you don't have to consciously think heartbeat, lungs breathe. You feel me? So it's funny how you can just sit there and have, I'm just breaking it down to you. But the study was basically saying, like, you know, when you have trauma, right? You can heal from the trauma psychologically. You can think your way through it, figure out what you've been through, all of that. But if you do not address the emotions within your heart, guess what? The cells of your heart are going to hold on to that trauma. And cells replicate over and over and over and over again. So do you think the trauma is ever going to go away? You have to actually find a way to physically release that trauma from your heart space. That's where your heart chakra comes in, where you have to now get into this state of forgiveness. There's so many people who find it hard to forgive. Forgiveness is not for the person that did you wrong. It is for you. It's for your heart, to lighten your heart, your mind. Let me tell you, it took a long time for me to reach the space of forgiving my mom for all the cruel and nasty and horrible things she has said and done. But I took my slow process to do it. And when I did it, I didn't sit there and be like, Mom, I forgive you for all the horrible, cruel things you said, such as you wish I was aborted, and how you hate me, and how you wish you never had kids, and yada, yada, yada. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I'm here, I have purpose, and I'm walking in it, and I'm happy in it. I'm not going to sit here and let these low vibrational, these toxic individuals, because guess what? If they are not going to save themselves, Jesus is not going to save them. God ain't going to come from the heavens and be like, I'm going to save you. No, you have to want to save yourself. That is what the definition of free will is. You have free will to do evil. You have free will to do good. And the average person doesn't want to be tied to the stigma of being called evil, bad, you know, none of that. So nobody's ever going to come out and directly say, man, you know, I neglect my kids, unless they are projecting something onto you. All I'm saying is, at the end of the day, when people are not doing well, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to be happy when you're doing well. Even if they are doing well and you're doing well. Some people just can't stand to see you do better because they have envy and jealousy in their heart. You guys, y'all don't know how deep jealousy and envy and how dangerous it can become. And it can become so dangerous because those types of people who embody jealousy and envy within their minds and their hearts, and they feel like, okay, for example, you could have a little Toyota Corolla, and this person can have an Audi or a Maserati, Ferrari, Lamborghini, some car that's expensive and foreign, right? And you're just driving your little Rudy Toot Toyota, but you're happy with that Toyota, right? It's paid for, you know, you keep up the maintenance on it, you keep it clean inside and out, but you take care of your little toot, okay? and it gets you from point A to point B. The paint might be rusted or whatever, but your little tutu gets you where you need to go, right? That person with that expensive foreign car has a high car note, high maintenance. You know, if that car breaks down, they may or may not have the budget to fix it. Who knows? Because a lot of people live without their means because they show off to people they don't even like. How does that make sense? I'm not in competition with nobody. I'm just living my life. Okay? So, anyways, those people, y'all, that person can be jealous of you because you rolling in a little Toyota Corolla. And it's like, why are you jealous of me? You have a freaking Maserati in a foreign car. It's hella expensive. Is this, is that. They don't care about none of that. It's the fact that you could be happy and they're miserable. It could be like, y'all, it's the smallest things. You can have your eyebrows shaped up in a particular way compared to them. It could be the fact that your teeth are straighter and wider than theirs and they feel some type of way. It could be the fact that you have clear skin and they have acne. Like, it be small stuff that makes people jealous and envious. Did we not learn something from the story of Shanquella Robinson, the girl who went to Mexico with her so-called friends and then ended up murdered? Her neck, her spine severed from her skull. Her so-called friends beat her. Look, let me tell you something. That was a setup. Them bitches already hated her, disliked her. But poor Shaquella, just for whatever reason, had an attachment to these people. Well, I've known them my whole life and yada, yada, yada. No, the signs were there, y'all. I promise you. The signs of jealousy were there if she was aware enough. You know what I'm saying? Spirit never lies. The soul never lies. You know when someone is envious and jealous of you. You know it. You can feel it. Signs of it. You go and apply for a credit card, you get the credit card with like a $10,000 limit, for example. You happen to tell a friend the same thing. Now suddenly they want to go get that same credit card, hoping for the same limit, but they might get $3,000. You think they're not going to feel some type of way? How do you get more than me? My credit is the same as yours, or whatever, right? But see, when you got divine forces working for you because you always do right, you know what I'm saying? When you have, see, certain people cannot be touched on this earth, okay? And it's real when I say this because I know for a fact that I can't be touched, okay? There are many people who would love to, but they know that they can't. And they're spiritually blocked. They are blocked because do you know how many ancestors ride for me in the spiritual realm that can see and hear everything that I can't see or hear? But, you know, I mean, it's no different than God having angels around you to block you from danger. Okay? There's been many a times that you could have been in a car accident, but you had to drive back home, for example, to go get your phone. You forgot something. So you drive back home and guess what? As you're driving on your way to work, you see an accident. That accident could have easily been you. But yeah, it was an inconvenience that you had to drive back home and go grab your phone, keys, whatever it was that you forgot. But God made you forget it so that you wouldn't end up in that fatal car crash. Okay? Sometimes inconveniences work out in your favor. Sometimes, quote unquote, bad things work out in your favor. It's not about the mindset of, why is this happening to me? It's happening for you, boo. It's happening for you. A lot of you out there are feeling some type of way because, well, such and such don't talk to me no more. Such and such cut me off, such and such. Look, God had a plan. God has seen heard conversations that you don't know about, and has seen. And God knows their heart. And God says, you are mine and mine alone. And I'd be damned if that motherfucker takes you through karma. Because God knows that you have a good heart, a pure heart. You strive to do the right thing. You have integrity, morals, values, standards that these toxic and these evil, wicked people do not. And because of that, that is why you get blessed. Let me tell you, the devil sends these motherfuckers into your face to bring you down, to sabotage you, and to destroy you. But guess what? When God gives you signs, you better heed them warnings, because if you don't, you're going to get played. And then next thing you know, you're going to be sad, crying, wondering, but the signs were there. Pay attention. Close your mouth, open your ears, open your eyes, because the spiritual veil is thin. The wheats and the tares are being separated. Okay? And you can love the tares, but you got to let them go, because, it's harvest time. The meek are going to inherit the earth, not the proud, not the people full of envy and jealousy, not the people who are full of gluttony, not the people who basically embody the 7 deadly sins, who are toxic, who have black and dark, heavy hearts. There are a lot of people that if Anubis were to weigh their heart against a feather, their hearts would be so heavy. But my goal is to have my heart as light as a feather. And that's where forgiveness comes in. These people, these toxic people that I tell y'all about and I drop gems, they are not interested in self-reflection. They are not interested in healing. They are not interested in growing and changing and self-development. They are not interested in none of that. They can speak it with their mouth. Many people speak and say, God is good. Well, who is your God? Because there are a lot of people whose fruits show that God, their Lord, is Satan. And if anyone who has sold their soul to Satan wants to renege, they mysteriously die. Because Satan is going to get your soul. I don't think God is going to get you out. A lot of Christians want to say, well, your soul doesn't belong to you. It belongs to God. Well, think about this. If it belongs to God, why does God give you a choice? And if you make the choice to sell your soul to Satan, and then you want to try to cop out of that contract, I don't think God is going to be there to relinquish, because according to the Christian Bible, you know what I'm saying? There's going to be those who are in hell, right? So the path to hell is wide, but the path to righteousness is narrow. Why do you think that is? So everybody that I hear complaining about being isolated and, you don't have many friends, or let me tell you something. You don't want many friends in this day and age. Why? Because you can easily end up like Shaquella Robinson, okay? Because everyone that you think is your friend is not your friend. They can be there, that you can ha-ha and kiki with them and all of that. But at the end of the day, anybody can backstab you. How do you think betrayal comes? Betrayal has never been known to come from a stranger. What did Judas do to Jesus? What did Brutus? No, was it Caesar? Wait, hold on. Brutus and Caesar, Jesus and Judas. Why? Lauryn Hill told y'all in the song, Jesus did what Jesus did to Judas and Brutus did to Caesar, or Caesar and Brutus. I forgot how the name, but y'all get the gist. Brutus stabbed Judas to death. Cain killed Abel. If your own brother can stab you in your back, what makes you think a stranger won't do the same? They always said the saying that blood is thicker than water, and that's a lie, because blood will actually be and do you dirtier than water. A person who, is from the outside. A lot of y'all on my YouTube channel who like, share, subscribe, and all of that, y'all are the water. Y'all are strangers. Most of y'all I don't really know, but I have more support from y'all than my own damn family, because your own family is not going to support you. They're not. This is why you need to get out of your hometown, move to a new city, state, meet new people, start over. And you will, because God is always going to provide the people that you need for when you need them. Even if they're temporary or seasonal, nonetheless, God put them in your path to help you with what you needed help with, and for you to help them if they're smart enough to get the lesson. Everybody is not your assignment. It is not our jobs to fix others. The only job you are to do is to basically just to share love. That's it. It's not our job. When I come on here and I share different videos and aspects and stuff like that, like, I'm just telling y'all what it is. And for the trolls that be out there popping up on my channel, I don't give a damn about them. They are living in hell. They are broke. They are angry. And guess what? That ain't got nothing to do with moi. Okay? It ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm still going to get my nails done. I'm still going to get my hair done. I'm still going to look my best, feel my best, because for one, it's about me. And anyone who thinks that you loving yourself first, if they think that is selfish, the question is, why do they feel the need to express that you're being selfish because you're putting you first? So as long as you were putting them first, it was no problem. But once you put them on the back burner and you're doing what you need to do for you, now they're mad. Sounds like a them problem. Sounds like a personal problem. But anyways, I'm going to get on up off here and go drink my tea, because I felt like I was kind of getting a little sniffles the other day. And I'm like, nah, I ain't got time to be SICK. I'm always 100% whole, healed, and healthy. I claim it. I name it. I hope you guys are healthy as well. I hope you guys are healing out there. I always tell y'all, do not allow these toxic people to rush your healing. If you are going through a tough time and you are sharing your emotions with someone and they're telling you, just get over it, just heal already, they are toxic. Distance yourself from them. Be careful who you vent to, because the same motherfuckers that you vent to are telling your business. But see, if you're the type, if you like me, you could talk your shit, walk your walk, and you don't give a fuck about nobody's opinions or thoughts about you. Because at the end of the day, you're still going to walk outside with your head held high, and you're going to live your life. It's funny how people like to project their shit onto you. Our ears are portals, because how else does doubt creep into our mind unless someone puts it there? Okay? I'm just saying, be mindful. How do we have certain thoughts? Whenever you start to get, I told y'all, doubt is a demon. There's no reason for you to be doubting anything. If you have done the research on something, you have weighed the pros and cons of a situation, go for it. If the situation scares you, psychology says, the scariest opportunity, do it. Because if you do what scares you, you will find out. Because it's always scary to exit your comfort zone. But when you get in the habit of always moving your comfort zone, you'll always get comfortable growing, elevating, progressing. Because you have to show God how serious you are about healing, about loving yourself. Because this is my experience. The more I poured into myself. The more I loved myself, respected myself, showed myself everything that I wanted, I'm now gaining it outside of myself, as within, as without. Your inner universe, you know what I'm saying? Your heart space, how you feel about yourself, people will reflect that to you. We are all mirrors of each other. Good, bad, beautiful, ugly, up, down, left, right. We are all one on an energetic, spiritual level of consciousness. So when you dislike someone, you need to kind of ask yourself, well, there's something in them that I dislike about myself, because we're mirrors of each other. And it doesn't mean we're like bad mirrors, but in the example of me being an empath and my mom being a narcissist, by me actually being an empath, showing love and compassion and kindness to people, you think that doesn't bother the narcissist, y'all? Because they know that they don't have the capability to genuinely love or to accept love. And because they themselves, narcissists and toxic people, y'all, they don't love themselves. So they'll never love you. Once you get to a state of acceptance, you will accept them for who and what they are and how they are. And it's up to you whether you want to continue dealing with it or not. Me personally, I want to deal with people who are only on my energetic level. I love myself. I want to date and be with people or talk to people who love themselves. You know, I'm happy. I want to be around other happy people. You know, if I'm growing and progressing in life, I want to be around people who are growing and progressing in their lives. Y'all, there are people in relationships who envy single people. Well, sounds like they settled in their relationship or their marriage, because why else are they longing to be single? And then they got that dumbass toxic saying, it's cheaper to keep her. No, I would never sacrifice my happiness for financial well-being. That is a fear of starting over, a fear of, oh, she's going to take me for all I got, or he's going to take everything from me. It's codependency. I see it all, you guys. This is why on my channel, I stand and I talk about controversial stuff and I go against what society has taught us. You guys, I'm a millennial. I was born in 91. I would love to have been brainwashed so good like my parents, my grandparents, and my great-grandparents. But us millennials, we are definitely the generation of fuck that job. You know what I'm saying? If our bosses start treating us with disrespect, giving us a big workload, but you're not going to increase my pay, picking and bullying on us, and all these other things, we will say, fuck that job, leave and go somewhere else. And guess what? Sometimes when one door closes, God opens up another. And in that next door is a level of elevation and blessings and abundance. Because guess what? While that job was mistreating you, telling you that you need, no, your job needs you. Without you, the job is not, without employees, a corporation will crumble. Okay? So this is why these jobs strive or have began to strive on creating better benefit packages, health insurance, dentist plans, and all of these things, because they know that they need you. But they want to sometimes, because sometimes, y'all, these bosses be narcissistic and toxic, okay? Some jobs have high retention rates because management is toxic. You know, these managers allow their power to go to their heads and they get to power tripping. Oh, you needed this and you needed that. Y'all, I've had a million damn jobs and I don't care, because I don't care about a 401k. I don't care about benefits and this and this and that. How am I benefiting? How am I benefiting when I go into work and I'm happy, and then suddenly your boss gets on your ass about something? Now, you know you've been doing your job to the best of your ability. But some of these jobs out here, and I'm speaking on it because some people asked me to talk about it, so I'm talking about it, right? You know, some of these bosses, you know, they have some superiority complexes. They want you to stroke their ego. They're very egotistical. Look, y'all, it goes deep on a spiritual level. This is why I tackle that, because you encounter individuals every day. You shouldn't be going to McDonald's, but I'm going to use it as an example. If you go to McDonald's and you go through that drive-thru, that person should be polite. But guess what? We're all going through our own things. Everybody is in a different level of their spiritual journey. There are a lot of people who are low vibrational. Therefore, what comes with low vibrations? Angry, sadness, depression, suicidal thoughts, brokenness, less money. Why? Because they're operating from a scarcity mindset instead of a prosperous, abundant, heavenly mindset. They are not. And what goes on with these low vibrational people is they're lazy. They don't want to physically work. They don't want to mentally think about new ways to create passive incomes and to do more. They expect other people to do for them. That's codependency. There's a lot of people who are codependent. In relationships, be interdependent. Interdependent. That way, if anything goes south, you know that you're still capable of being independent and not being codependent. Healing, there's no such thing as, oh, I'm whole and I'm healed. I'm tired of healing. Healing is a forever journey, y'all. I mean, as toxic as society is, as when I watch movies and TV shows, I see all the narcissism. I see all the entitlement, the egotistical mindset, and how big people's egos are. Y'all, when you awaken, there's no going back to sleep. When you were once a sheep and you were just moving along, being herded along like the shepherd, but then you wake up and you become this lion or this lioness and you start walking against the sheep. You are the problem. You are a burden. You know, you think outside the box and people can't fathom. Well, why do you think that? Why do you move like that? It is not for others to comprehend you. Move how you need to move for you. You don't need to ask others. Well, it's okay to ask for advice, but figure out where the advice is coming from. Okay? Like, I'm going to give y'all an example. You know, there are family members who wanted to try to give, you know, relationship advice. I don't know about y'all, but I ain't got no kids, never been married. I want to be married. I want my own family. You know what I'm saying? But once I realized that, you know, I was dealing with narcissism, toxicity, and dysfunction from my family, I did the steps necessary to get the fuck on. I moved to a different city state where I had no family, or actually I discovered that I actually have family in every damn state. So who knows? Who knew? Who would have knew? If I never would have got to know my dad's side of the family, I would have never known that I have all of these damn family members in all these other cities and states. So I'm never fucking alone. But besides that, it's still of what is their vibration and their frequency and their mindset? Where's their heart space? Because all of that plays into, you know, how I'm going to interact with you. You know? So it's just amazing because, you know, family, they love you. Y'all know how y'all got that one person, whether they're family or they're a friend or whatever, but they always want to be like, yeah, they always got an opinion. They always got something to say, to speak on your situation. But then when you drop some real truth to them, just like I told y'all in some videos ago, you know, how a relative of mine was dealing with a guy who showed her he don't give a fuck about you. Now it's sinking in. And I'm happy that it's sinking in, but I'm not going to sit here and spoon feed you like you a baby. You got teeth. It's time to eat that meat, which means, you know, there's no more goo goo gaga and coddling. There's no enabling behavior. But I found it interesting how, you know, certain people that I know would try to give me relationship advice. And these people have been married and divorced 3, 4, 5 times. Me personally, if I go for marriage the first time and it just doesn't work out, I tried. I tried with my absolute hardest, with everything. Mind, body, soul, I gave it my all. It just didn't work out for whatever reason. Do you think I'm going to be quick to be like, yeah, let me get married a second fucking time? Because you guys, all these YouTubers and spiritual people and gurus and relationship advice folks, y'all, they can never give you advice on you. You have to sit down with God and have that alone time with God and figure out what is best for you. Nobody can tell you what's best for you. You a grown man. You a grown woman. People can tell you all day long, you should do this, you shouldn't do that. Yada, yada, yada. But at the end of the day, make the best decision that's right for you. Because, you know, if you desire to be married, but all these people have been divorced, do you think they have a good outlook on marriage? I don't think so. So all I'm saying is, you know, don't go to people for advice. If you are trying to create a business, why get advice from people who are comfortable working a 9-to-5? You need to talk to other people who are already established as entrepreneurs and business owners. You know, birds of a feather flock together. If you are in a marriage, do you need to have friends who are single? Those single friends are not going to understand your marriage. You know what I'm saying? This is why most married people flock to other married people. Because y'all understand, you know, you're on the same page. You feel me? I'm not mad at any of my friends who are married and who kind of calm down talking to me. I get it. Your spouse is priority over me. You know? As a matter of fact, it makes sense for my friends to be single like I'm single. But then if I get into a relationship, now I need to have people around me who are also in relationships. Y'all feel me? Do y'all see where I'm going? If you are around broke people, you gonna be broke. If you are around people who are wealthy and business owners and they want to be homeowners and they want their dream cars and they want their dream job, guess what's going to happen for you? You're going to get that dream job, that dream car, that dream house, that you're going to be able to live the life of your dreams because you are surrounding yourself by that positive energy. Y'all feel me? So all I'm saying is, be mindful. Do not allow others to speak on your life and plant seeds in your subconscious mind for you. You got to clear, cancel, and delete some stuff sometimes, y'all. The internet is part of your energetic space. So I'm going to give y'all an example. So like on Facebook or Instagram, I had people that I went to school with, and there was this one girl who would always post, I'm horny. I want my pussy ate. I don't want to hear that, and I don't want to know that. Why do I need to read this? I unfriended her. Then she's like, well, why did you unfriend me? I was like, we just don't, you know, you're posting all these half-naked photos. I'm not into that. I'm not into hearing that you're horny and you're this and you're that. And then when men come at you for a sexual purpose only, you're angry. You're putting yourself out there like that for them to, she's attracting, those men who are going to look at her sexually and not actually want to be with her on any other level. You can be sexy and not show your assets on the internet or anywhere. Like, y'all, I could go on and on and on. All I'm saying is, if you are a man and you're trying to attract a particular woman, you yourself have to start being these things. So, for example, right? A fat person, right? A big person. They want their spouse to be fit and in the gym. And this is coming from a guy that I went to college with. He's fat. He got like a semi-tire for his stomach. You know what I'm saying? But yet he demands that the woman he wants to be with have a six-pack. And she's in the gym every day. Oh, but it's okay for you to eat 2 large number ones and a large Diet Coke. Make that make sense. Because you may be attracted to her, but she may not want you. You are like the definition of walking unhealthy. You're unhealthy diet-wise. You're unhealthy, physically and whatever other, you know what I'm saying? All of that ties into the physical health, And so, it's like if you want to meet someone who's in shape, go to the gym and get in shape. If you want to meet someone, y'all feel me? If you want a particular man or woman, you have to figure out what it is that you need to change about yourself. And see, that's the thing. Most people are not interested in changing and becoming self-aware of themselves and bad toxic habits or behaviors that they have. But that's a part of healing. When you heal, you figure out like, wow, that was an unhealthy way of coping in my childhood. Let me try to find better coping mechanisms. And you guys, there are more women with college degrees who somehow are allowing men with GEDs to manipulate them. It's sad. It's crazy. But that's reality. That's what I am seeing. How you got a PhD and you allowing somebody with a GED to manipulate you? Make that make sense. But this is a part of learning what manipulation is, and knowing the signs. People have been neglected and they didn't even realize. They knew that they were being neglected, but they weren't aware enough consciously, spiritually, to see that, wow, my family really neglected me and they did this, that, and the third. Y'all, get on the same page, get on your healing, and do the inner work. Because can't nobody do it. Can't nobody come along and heal you. Can't nobody come along and make you happy. It all starts from within, y'all. As within, as without, as above, so below. When you store all of your treasures and dreams and everything up spiritually, it's going to manifest in this physical reality in time. So be patient. Be patient with you. Be patient with whatever it is you're trying to do. Show yourself love and compassion and affection. Do not beat yourself up. Y'all, we here for a short time, not a long time. So live your life. Peace. Positive energy always creates elevation. Till next time, guys. Bye.